Hey there, Shawn, Bayley, and welcome to this video. And in this video, I'm going to cover some ClickFunnels templates. In this particular one, we're going to do what I call the classic sales funnel. Now, I'll be doing some videos in the future, and I'll do some other ClickFunnels templates, and we'll cover like lead funnels, we'll cover membership site funnels, tripwire funnels. But for this one here, we'll do what I kind of refer to as classic sales funnel. So let's jump right into it. So here we see the classic sales funnel, as it's called. And this is what I'm going to actually build out for you here today. You're going to watch me do this in ClickFunnels. And we've got all our elements laid out from left to right. So the first one is our squeeze page, or what's called a landing page. Now this is where we essentially squeeze them for contact information, name and email address. And after they put that in, then they can download our free report, watch a video, get access to whatever type of lead magnet that we've used to entice them. Now a lead magnet is some type of free information that the customer gives their contact information, or the potential customer gives their contact information to get access to. So the next page that we see on our classic funnel here is where we're going to present our core offer. Now this is going to be something where, say it's some type of $97 offer. The next page after that is going to be our upsell, where we're going to be offering something anywhere from $297, let's say for our example that we'll go with $300. So our core offer is $97, our upsell is $297 offer. Then the next page we've got is our order page, where they can see if they've taken our upsells, the product you'll see is going to be updated dynamically for the price here. And then the following page after that is going to be a confirmation page where they can either access the product or register, access support. We're going to have a bunch of different stuff set up as you'll see when we build this out. So let's jump right into it here. So I just want to show you here on this slide, if we were to look at it as kind of a blueprint, this is what it would look like. So again, when they, after they've clicked on our ad or found our landing page and given up their name and email address, they're going to receive our lead magnet. That's going to be sent to them automatically, and I'll show you that inside ClickFunnels. Now the next thing is going to be our core offer. So this is where they're going to be presented with a video and a $97 offer. And if they take it, then they're going to be offered what's called a profit maximizer, where it'll be a one-time offer. And we're also going to set up, I'll show you, it's kind of neat in here, we're going to set up a downsell. So what happens is if they say no to the profit maximizer, we say, hey, you know, $300 in one chunk, that might have been too much. How about we split it up over 3 payments? And then after that comes the confirmation page, where they place their order and they get followed up with via a sales retention email sequence, because we collected their name and email address on our landing page, as well as throughout the order. But we're definitely going to want to send something to kind of make the product stick, make sure that they get the full use out of what they purchase from us. So let's jump over to, we're going to jump right over into ClickFunnels, and let's start building this puppy out. Okay, so here I am in my ClickFunnels account, and basically all I need to do is just click Add New to create a new funnel. And once I click that, it's going to load up all the different funnel types that we can build inside of ClickFunnels here. So if we're just doing lead generation, we want to collect emails, we can click on this, and then we just have to give this funnel a name, give it a tag. A tag is just a listing as far as if you want to put your funnels into groups. They have videos to explain everything as far as creating funnels, tons and tons of support, fantastic support in ClickFunnels. But we're going to go back here. If we want to sell a product, we choose this. We could be doing just a pure sales funnel, a product launch, or maybe doing some type of membership offer. As you can see, we can also do some type of webinar, whether it's a live or a replay. And we've also got the option to do a custom funnel, which is essentially like starting with a blank canvas, which is pretty daunting for the beginner, probably not what you're going to select. But once you go through, they offer some information on what's called funnel hacking, and then the idea of a custom funnel, starting with a blank page, becomes, then you see exactly how that's done. But for this example here, we would go with selling a product, doing some type of sales funnel. So I've got one actually set up and ready to go, so I'm just going to close this out, and we'll go over to that sample page. Okay, once we're inside our sales funnel test funnel that we've got set up here, it's going to automatically, if you go with one of their preset templates, for a sales funnel or a lead generation funnel, it's going to build out all the pages for you. And these steps here are all just pages, web pages in your sales funnel. Normally we would have to do a lot of work to glue these all together, test everything out, but ClickFunnels, the way it's laid out here, it's just a nice sequence. It's really easy to manage and to control. We can drag and drop as far as the order of things. If I want to grab a page, move it to a different order in my funnel, I can do that. Just going to cancel there. If I want to add more steps to my funnel, I can do that as well, which is what we're going to do. So if we look at if we go back really quickly to our blueprint, so the first item in our blueprint was our landing page, and then we're going to be delivering them a lead magnet after they opt in. So if we go back, and I'm going to actually delete all the steps in the funnel so that we can do it step by step. The only one we'll leave in place is just the opt-in step. So here, I'm going to take all these out. Okay, so here we've got our opt-in page. So we're going to have an opt-in where they give their name and email address and get access to our lead magnet. So we also need, if we look at our blueprint, we've got landing page for the lead magnet. We're going to need a page to offer our core offer. We're going to need one more for our profit maximizer, and then we'll need a downsell page where we offer the 3 payment. After that, we'll need a confirmation page where they can get access to the product. Okay, so here we see our funnel laid out. So we've got our opt-in page, and we can just start adding steps. So you add a step here, and we'll call this one core offer. And I'm not going to worry. I'm going to go back and then pick the actual layout of the page after I put them all in place. I like to put them all in and then go back and actually create the pages. So the next step that we're going to have is our OTO. We'll call this PM because it's profit maximizer. Next step is going to be our OTO, and we'll just call this DS for downsell. Next step, we're going to have our order page so they can see the price and throw in their credit card info. And the last step is order confirmation. So there we go. We've got all of our steps laid out. So now we just go back and just fill in all of our templates here. And we can see we've got little warning signs here because we haven't gone through and filled this out. So our funnel definitely won't work now until we go in and actually finish all this. So we go in, let's start with our opt-in page. And this is an actual opt-in setup that we want here. So it's got them grouped. We can go and change this if we wanted to for different types of pages. But we're just going to leave this at opt-in right now. So we'll go in, and I like just using, for this example, we'll just go with the super clean opt-in, and we're going to select this template. So now it builds this page into our sales funnel. We can see it opens, it'll give us a little preview down here. So that there we go, we can see we've got our page set up, and we've got a URL for this page that we could send out. Once we go in and do a few edits, this page is ready to go. This is all hosted on ClickFunnels, so you don't have to worry about having your own website if you don't want to. So to go into the editor, all we would have to do is just click on Edit Page. I'm actually going to do this in the Classic Editor so you can see this in place. Okay, so we're going to start making some changes. I've got a whole pretend product and niche that we're going to use as an example for this sales funnel build out here. So we'll change our headline up here, and there we go. So we're going to be doing the kayak niche here, so we'll build this and change that out. So we've changed the headline up here. We can just go in and change around elements, just click in and start editing. So now when I'm editing, what I need to do is add any elements that I need here. So on this one, I've got an email address, but I want to get their name as well. So I'm just going to click on this little plus sign here to add another element. And what I need is an input form. So I'm just going to click on input form, add to page, boom. So here I'm going to change this to say, so this one says your address here. And all I have to do is, if I want to see the information about something or change it up, I can just click on, there's be a little gear icon. So I just click on my gear icon, and I can see, now this is set for 21-point font size. I can see the style that it's in, and that it's set for what it's set for as far as to make this form underneath match. So just click on this one. Click on the gear, I know that this is 21, whoops. 21, and then we're going to want to center it. And then I just change what it says right in here. Placeholder text, so I'm going to say enter your email address here, enter your, instead of info, I'm just going to put enter your name here. And now what I want to do is I want to actually have name and then email address. So I'm going to change the order of this. So all I have to do is just go down here, grab this, click, drag it, let go. Now I've got name and email. And you can see I've got a bit of a border here, a top margin. So if I click on this one, click on the gear, over here where it's got the top margin, we can see this is set for 40, so I want to tone this down, and that's going to bring it closer to the name. Now, this one here, I'd like a little more space between this and this item above it here, so I'm going to click here, click on the gear, and then just drag this up to give it a bit more of a margin. There we go. Great. So now, all I have to do is just tie this into my email autoresponder. Now, if I'm collecting names and email addresses, I'm going to have some type of service set up, some type of email autoresponder. So here I would click on email, and then this is where I would put in my integration. So I have an Aweber account, so I would click onto Aweber. I would select integrate existing form, and this would just tie into my list. So this would show all of my Aweber lists. I'm not actually going to click on this and integrate with anything right now. I can just leave this as it is here. But for your example, you would just, if you have Aweber, GetResponse, ClickFunnels integrates with a bunch of different stuff, so you won't have any problems using your existing autoresponder. So the nice thing is maybe I don't want to actually have this. I just want to have this title. I'm not really interested in this element. So what I could do is I just click on this. I can click on the trash can and get rid of it. But instead, what I like to do, just because sometimes you want to go back and it's a little easier just to undo something a little more simply, is that it breaks everything down into sections, rows, columns, and elements. So if we look at sections, if we click on that, we can see this thing is really just two sections. This main opt-in area, and that's it. So we could add more sections to it if we wanted. We could duplicate this section, hide this section by clicking on this little eye icon. If we have a look at rows, there's just a single row in the single section here. Columns, one single column, and then elements is where we can see everything. The nice thing is when we scroll over these on the side here, it highlights it so you can see which one you're talking about. So I don't want to delete this sub headline. I'm just going to go in here, turn off the headline itself by clicking on this eye and hiding it, and then I just click save. So now I'm done. If I want to do a preview and see what this page looks like, I can just click on the preview button and view it in a new tab. This one I've got set up with a subdomain, so I'm not actually going to be able to preview it here, but you can see this is exactly what it'll look like minus all these little things here. But this says this input type isn't set yet. We get little warnings if anything isn't set up properly. So I can just click on this, the input type. Let's see. So we got to set this for whether we have name there. So we'll just say just first name. Then we hit save, and that's it. If we need to make any changes underneath, we can. We could add any more elements if we wanted to put it in links, and actually if I wanted to put in, say, a video on this page, all I would have to do is just click on here, and then we can see all the different elements. Video, add to page, boom, now I've got a video that'll start playing, and then they can scroll down and access the report here. So that's it. If I want to do, now maybe I don't want this video, so I'm going to delete this element. So now the way that we got this funnel set up is that we're going to be sending them this Adventure Seeker's Guide to Kayaking. Now this is a free report, so the only thing I'm going to do here, download the free report, and then I'm going to change the color. I'll go in and change it to something a little bit more red. There we go. And then I would just hit save. Now the only other thing that we want to do is send this report to them automatically so that we don't have to worry about, because on the next page is where they're going to hit the core offer. They're going to get a video where I'm going to sell them my $97 product. So we want this free report to come to them, but we want it to happen kind of behind the scenes. So we would click onto settings and go to digital assets / downloads. Now in here, what this is going to have is a list of anything that we've uploaded to ClickFunnels as far as a digital asset. So digital asset is going to be like a PDF or any type of, it could be an MP3, a zip file, a bunch of files into one zip file, and then you just upload it to ClickFunnels. Now in here we can see, so I've got a bunch of different items here. I'm just going to choose one of these just so that you can see. And then once that's done, I just hit save. So what'll happen is they'll get an email automatically from ClickFunnels once they've opted in. Now that's separate from my email autoresponder, and it's going to have this digital download. So now I don't have to worry about that. The item that I promised them is going to be sent to them, and I'm pretty much good to go on my squeeze page here. Okay, so now we can start going through the rest of the funnel here. So the next item is the core offer. So for this, once this loads up here. So I'm going to choose for this one, we're going with a sales page. So I click on the sales, click on the sales page, and we're going to go with a VSL. Now I'm not going to build out every single item here and fill in every line, but you can see I've got some headlines just so you can see what it'll look like in place. We'll just go with this template just to be quick about things. Okay, and I'll open this up in the editor and we will go into it here. So all we have to do, the nice thing about this, I do like VSLs just because it's a little bit easier to make than to necessarily write out a long form sales letter. I think the VSLs typically will convert a little bit better, but it depends on your market. There's no, that's why you do split testing to find out which one is going to work better, because you do ultimately want to compare a sales letter versus a VSL. But for this example here, we're just going to build this out real quick and just do it because we know that VSL works good for this particular market. So we're going to change up the headline here. I've got some copy that I'm going to grab and throw in here for our kayaking niche. Okay, so I pasted some text in here. Warning, if you want to experience more, even if you are just a beginner, watch this entire video now. So I would go in here and we can hide a few elements. Turn that one off. Maybe I've got a logo here that I can place up at the top, but if I don't, I can just go in here and simply turn this element off just by going into elements here and hide that. There we go. So we've got about, blog store, we could change this to products, any other links that we want to have them go to. I would probably just turn this off just to have the headline and make sure that they watch the video. Then once we're in here, we just click on the video, and whether we've got like a custom embed code, whether it's from YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, there's lots of different options as far as embedding your video. Makes it really simple to do. We can also go in and customize and change the size of this. I would probably just leave this at the default size. And then after that, all we have to do is just change any call to action on our button text. So the nice thing about this is that it has timers, so we can also use scarcity when it comes to our offers. So you click onto here and just change my call to action. Say, yes, I want the expert guide to kayaking. Get this special $97 price before the time expires. So there we go. So a fairly simple call to action. Yes, I want the expert guide to kayaking. Here we indicate that there is some time, and then we would just go in here and we can set some different options. Things that I like to do as far as the timers is you can have them set so that the person isn't able to access this offer once the timer expires. You can have it set so that it resets every day. You can have it so that when the timer expires, certain elements on the page disappear and new ones and ones that are hidden get unhidden. But anyways, down below here, we can add any additional elements that we want to the page. I would just keep this simple as far as the timer, button, and video. Maybe a little bit more detail underneath here, just a few bullet points, but nothing that's going to distract from actually watching the video. So here we've got our core offer page. Once we're done, we would just hit save. And then that's it. That page is done. We'll go back to our sales funnel and finish building this out. Okay, so now we're back to our OTO page. So we're going to go to sales, and it's got them all grouped out into the exact things that we want. So let's go with, we want to go with a one-click upsell. And here we can see, we'll just go with this OTO video. So we'll select this template and then go in and edit the page. So here we can see we're in our OTO page here, one-time offer. And we would go in and do some changes, customizations, change the colors on things to match the previous pages. As you can see, this is all set with the default. But we want to leave this text here, I would say, as far as add to order, something to indicate that it's going to be an additional charge to their credit card. So we would have our video here for our profit maximizer, which in our case is a $297 product, and we would call it something like the Power Kayaking class, where they get to spend a day. They get certified as an expert kayaker after completing a one-day course. So here I like that we can see this shows them that we've still got some steps to the order, that they don't want to close this page. You want to tell them that, and then we would paste in our additional video VSL with our one-time offer here. So there isn't much that I'm going to do to this page just as far as building this out. We can see this in place here. But the important thing is that we've got down here, no thanks, I don't need this now. So we would change this up and say, no thanks, I don't want to become a certified expert in kayaking after only a single day of training. Something to that effect. But the important thing about this is that when we click on this here, and we can see that this is a link, and then if we click on the little pencil edit button beside it here, we can see that this says, it's got a little hashtag and it says no link. So the no link is, as far as the logic in our funnel, it's whether they say yes or no. So we have to give them an option to say yes here, but also an option to say no. Otherwise, if we don't have this, we could have some problems with our funnel. So I'm just going to save this, and we'll say that this page is done here. And then we're going to have a look at, we've also got the option, so if they say no, normally this would take them to the order page and we would be pretty much done with the offer. But what we've got here is this no is going to point to the next step in the funnel. We're going to have this go to our OTO downsell. So we'll go over to that one. So if we click on to OTO downsell, and then again up at the top here, we're going to go with some of the preset pages. Now we do want to go with some of the pages, you can go and have a sales page and turn that maybe into an opt-in page. But when it comes to the upsells and downsells, you don't really want to mess around with things. So we want to set this for one-click downsell, and then just go with the templates that they have in here. So we will go with this one. And then we're just going to open the editor. Okay, so here we are on our downsell page. So up in here for the headlines, we would take this out and say something like, wait, let me finance you. Something to let them know that we want to change up the last offer that we just made them. So here we could go down and indicate, change this up so that it's a say instead of click here to add to cart, we could say I want the Power Kayaking Class 3 payment. Something simple for this example here, but just so that they understand that it's going to be a 3 payment plan if they click on this button. We would also have the price in there, and then again we would also have our no link. So if they said no to this, then it would take them to the last step in our funnel. So we'll build out those last couple pages in a sec here, but in this video it would just be something quick and simple to indicate like, hey, instead of one charge of $300, how about if we just do 97 today, 97 in 60 days, and another 97 in 90 days. So that's it. All we'd have to do is a few edits on this page. I'm just going to click save, and we'll be done with this one. We'll go back to our funnel. Okay, so the next step in our funnel is going to be our order page. So click on saves and go to order form. And I've got just a template that I'll just use for this one. Okay, so here's one that I've used for a product in the past here. If this was going to be, this one works good for digital offers. What I would do here is change this out so it's got a picture of whatever products that they purchased. We've got our support link information at the top here, any logos or graphics that we want to put in regards to our company or offer, and then just some bullets to let them know what's going on. So in here they would just put in their email address, credit card info, and this price is going to be updated based on the options that they choose, that they chose throughout our funnel. Now, the nice thing is this integrates with your payment processors, and you can just make products inside of ClickFunnels as you're building your funnel. So the whole process is super, super easy with ClickFunnels. It is just a fantastic product here. So this is what our order page would look like. They just throw in there. We can have this be, if it's a physical item that we're sending them, we can have their shipping information as well. But for this, really all I need is just their email address and credit card information. After that, they just hit complete order, and then they would go to the last page in the funnel. So we'll just hit save here, exit, and go back to our funnel and build out our last page. So here we've got last step is we need our order confirmation. So we click on that, and then we're going to choose through the templates that it's got for the order confirmation, and we just go to sales, order confirmation, And we'll go with this one here. This is one that I've saved as a template from one that I've used before. See, that's a nice thing also about ClickFunnels, is that when you go in, create a page, you got it looking really good. This is a squeeze page that you could use, over and over, maybe different niches, is that you can go and save that actual individual page as a template, so it'll show up in the list of choices when you're doing other pages in other funnels here. So we'll open this one up in the editor. And then just really simply for this one, all it's going to be is the steps below. For this one, because it's a digital product, all they have to do is just click here, and then they can access the product on the next page. But here we would thank them for their order, tell them to bookmark this page, I've got a button that goes to our support page if they need. The next step that I would do to improve this page myself is to just go in here. Let's add a new element. And if we wanted to have some type we could add a video, boom, just pop it in there. Actually, that kind of doesn't look so hot there. Maybe we'll move this up to, there we go. Thanks for ordering the 2-hour membership site product. Video starts playing. Hey, underneath here, you're going to find a bunch of info, and it just walks them through the page if I want to have some type of explanation. Now, this box is kind of big here. I could go in and change the size of this video as well. But we'll actually take this out. Let's go back and we'll hide this video element, save our page, and that's it. We've built out our funnel. Now if we go back, I'm just going to hit exit so that we can see and take a look at everything here. So now we've got all of our funnel steps laid out and we're pretty much ready to go here. So I'm just going to click on the first one. So this is going to show us how many people visit and how many people opt in. So it'll give us a conversion rate for this page here. Now we can go in and set up split tests for all of our pages so that we can keep improving our optimization rates and our conversion rates on our pages here. So you can see all of our steps. So we went from an outline in our blueprint to an actual working funnel here. And my clock says a little over 30 minutes, but I did a lot of talking and I did this pretty slow. But you can see it really does not take long to build out an entire sales funnel. Now that's just a classic one. There's a lot more variations: webinar funnels, lead generation, product launches. This is literally just the tip of the iceberg as far as the stuff that you can do with ClickFunnels. But if you have any questions about this sales funnel that we just built out here, just send me an email and let me know. And if you are ready to take the plunge and get started, just click on the button below to start your free 14-day trial with ClickFunnels. And you can get going and start building your own sales funnel today. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.